Welcome to Women's Social Corner. I am Janvi and this is Turning Tables with WSC. Today we are going to talk about real estate. From Ahmedabad to Dubai skyline, we are going to discuss it all. Today's panelists are Deval Soparkar, Hita Patel and Drashti Patel. So let's get the conversation going. Welcome everyone to the panel discussion.
Thank you.
To start with, you have been in the industry for years. I want to know from you all that how have you seen Ahmedabad or Gujarat's real estate industry change over the years? I mean, if anyone would want to start or share a few points.
The NG group that we belong to, it has been the pioneer in the construction industry since last 38 years. So we have seen where there was nothing on the satellite side, if I say, there was all barren land. There was nothing on that. And the first scheme that we launched, it was Ashramik bungalows. So from Shivranji society, that to Ashramik bungalows, there was no road. Okay, that was all barren land and this all sand. So we are the first one to construct the road from Shivranji society to Ashramik bungalows. So that is how we created the infrastructure to have access for the members to reach to that particular place, So that is, it shows that what kind of Ahmedabad or what kind of places were there and how it has been evolved. Right now it is considered to be the hub of the center of Ahmedabad, right? Heart of Ahmedabad. So it is really evolved over a period of 30-35 years, and right now the infrastructure, if you see the flyovers and the roads and everything is as a direct access, you can reach everything in very in less time. And so infrastructure wise, it has developed a lot. Even the designing part of it is amazing. Everybody, all women are from industry, and she's one of the pioneer in the real industries level. So she exactly knows that how the things have changed and the designs have changed, and now the iconic building has come, right, the tallest of everywhere. So it has changed a lot.
Anyone else would want to add?
I think Drashti and Ita belong to legacy. They have been in this industry forever. But if I look at it from an outsider who just entered this industry, so I'm in this line for about less than a decade, so about 9 years in this line. I feel that Ahmedabad is a very, over the years, it has developed to an international level. So when we claim that Ahmedabad is a growing city, how do we measure the growth of a city? Is through its infrastructure. So that's one of the fundamental things when we do that. City is known by its skyline. So, when we go to New York or when we go to London, we said, we do not remember anything else, but we remember the skyline. So Ahmedabad is slowly but very steadily marching towards that we are creating good, beautiful buildings. Even if you see last 10 years, a lot of new areas and new development that has come in. And when you are part of any revolution or any big change, you don't realize its speed. But when you go abroad and meet your friends who have left countries 15, 20 years back, when they come and when they talk about Ahmedabad, it's very different. So, and they do not understand a lot of development that has come beyond SG Highway. And that's where the real Ahmedabad and development has happened, the west side of Ahmedabad. Correct. But Ahmedabad has also been placed that in the other parts like east, north, south, also there are a lot of good redevelopment projects that have come in. So Ahmedabad per se as a city has not a lopsided development what other cities go through. It is grown across. New areas have also come up. In the old areas also, there is good development, good redevelopment projects that have come in. So I think Ahmedabad has seen very good development, good quality development, good design, what she said. So Ahmedabad is that way blessed.
Yeah, true. And you mentioned about other countries also, that whenever we travel to other countries, we remember the skyline. I want to talk about Dubai because, when it comes to real estate, you cannot not talk about Dubai. Why do you think the real estate is thriving? What do you think can be the reasons?
For the Dubai? Because Dubai, the biggest reason of Dubai is there is no tax. So people want to invest more into that, get a good return out of it, and that Dubai is the business and financial hub. So surrounding all, if you see the Russia, Turkey, this side, our India side, and the other Middle East, everybody goes to Dubai. Everybody works there. That finance, because it's a finance hub at the end of the day, and everything was because of the treaty that they have with the other countries. And the base part is zero taxations. What they have is, so that is why the infrastructure, everything, and the vision what the Sheikh is having there. It's like he wants that to go to another level. Like you just have to see, and it has really, he's really achieving. He's really doing fantastic. And actually, the leader's supposed to be like that. You should have a vision, and that the way Narendra Modi ji has a vision, right? And that is where we all are flourishing. The whole India is flourishing, going on to global level. Like earlier, there was very few people were aware about India, other than America and Australia, where the Indians are. Otherwise, not right. But Narendra Modi ji has taken India to another level. So yes, it's like because of the
I want to add.
Yeah, along with that, I believe that Dubai is like actually designing desirable buildings. Like it is creating that environment that you actually feel like, staying, that cohesive environment that they are sort of trying to create. I think that is one more add-on that, people when they're thinking of setting up a new business or something, everyone's like sort of like, because it is definitely a financial hub, but then the desire comes from within to actually stay and live there for a very long time.
But this was about Dubai. Like when we talk about India, then how do you think is Gujarat's real estate or Ahmedabad's real estate different from, say, other metros like Delhi or Mumbai, which are also thriving?
Not about metro, but metro is always developed. But if you look at other cities, they could do much more, like Bangalore or Hyderabad. They could do much more because of the free FSI that they got, which we could not get. So I think that was one of the factor. If government works on that, then we can do good buildings, because the free FSI changed the entire Hyderabad skyline. And second most controversial is the alcohol ban. So it is very, very linked to development. And there is nothing wrong, because when someone works, I mean, how you look at alcohol. So I don't want to go into the debate of this, but that is also somewhere down the line hampering growth of Gujarat per se.
Economy and real estate.
Economy and real estate. Economy includes all other sectors also. I'm not saying or denying it. On a good side, you can also say that it brings safety. But that safety is there in other cities also. Or we were talking about Dubai. So Dubai is very, very safe. Singapore is very, very safe. But that has nothing to do with alcohol. Alcohol is available freely. So I think how you want to balance it is, as an individual or as a citizen, I cannot comment much. Government has to take a holistic view on that. But I think that also creates, because I personally feel that GIFT City could do much more as a financial tech hub, like what we discussed, like Dubai. They have beautiful buildings. There is a lot of free FSI also available, but the growth is not that strong because of this, is what my take is. Because the best of the developers are there. People want to invest, but people feel that this is, you talk to youngsters, they feel they don't have clubbing culture. So,
yeah, especially
really
with
matters.
IT people, I think we still are not able to get a lot of IT people to actually, come to Ahmedabad, because they're so used to having that lifestyle of theirs where they sort of work from 8 to 6 and then go to like a pub or just chill at the end of the day. That's how they like to end their day. And then that is what Ahmedabad does not have to give back. So I think
we had this discussion in our one of the IIM when we did our real estate course. We had a faculty, they made a statement that getting a talent in Bangalore, it take them 1 month, whereas in Ahmedabad for the same scale of project, IT or other related industries would take 1 year to get such talent. There is no afterlife. After work life. There is no after work life here, and that's what they made a statement that is one of the reasons that Hyderabad and Bangalore are doing much more better than Ahmedabad. So Ahmedabad safe, infrastructure good, people are very nice, but still they feel that it takes them, it's a vacuum.
I think because we guys have been staying in Ahmedabad for the longest time, and
so we're used to it.
So we are so used to it that we actually do not notice all this thing in our daily life. But then people who are actually thinking of coming out from outside, they actually keep this in consideration, sort of.
So they like infrastructure, they like safety. But when we talk about after work life, what did they do? So there is nothing. We are blessed that we are here, we have friends, as she said. But what about other people?
But you mentioned about Gift City, and for many years we are talking about Gift City and everything that it is bringing to the real estate industry. Do you think it has actually picked up? Do you think it has actually made a difference to the city or the state?
Yeah, as far as I know, what I would say that the way the hub has been created, the Gift City per se, I think so it is the only hub which has been developed in a systematic manner with the good planning and good infrastructure. So whenever somebody, like when you go to Bombay, you go to BKC, you see the different town itself in a town, So that is how the Gift City is here. When you go to Gift City, it is very different, very well managed, the fantastic infrastructure, roads are amazing, the buildings are very good. So yes, Gift City has made definitely a lot. And now what I would say that I would give a synonyms of a Gift City is like a global hub kind of a thing, global financial hub, because every international banks, MNCs, everybody is coming there, and thank God to the government that they have given a permission there so that people can after work they can enjoy. And rightly what we were discussing earlier also, I just wanted to add one thing, that see, all these people, like all of us, like we travel a lot, okay, so we do have a change. But when you're talking about the people who are not getting an opportunity to travel, or they are stuck with their life here, then how they are going to having that stress buster, they need some kind of entertainment other than just the restaurant. What we have is only the restaurant and small gaming zone, that's it, nothing much. So yes, that if government can look into up to, because that is going to bring more people, professional delegates here. The IT hub we can create in itself, because the way that we have created a financial hub at Gift City, we can certainly create a IT hub as well. Gujarat has all the potential to have all kind of hubs here, but it's just that the liberty and the policies has to be changed later. Yeah,
it's a dream for anyone to buy a house. Now, from a consumer's point of view, tell me, what are the things one should take care of when one is out there wanting to buy a house? Any questions or anything that one should know?
Yeah, so if you're buying for the first time, location is very important. Budget, of course, I think Ahmedabad is a very prudent that way. They would consider budget as a very big thing.
But that is not Ahmedabad, that's Gujarati.
So I'm not talking about budget, because budget to even 10-year-old kid would also budget. So in Ahmedabad, so that is one thing. So I'm not talking budget, but location is what people look at. Also, people should look at, I personally feel that pure residential society is always better than the mixed use. But mixed use is going to be the future. If the city is developing this way, and looking at the traffic and looking at a lot of other infrastructural pressure, mixed use will be going forward, which was earlier the case. Earlier we used to have shops in the bottom and then residents on top. Such models will have to get back to align with the costing and align with the budget that people have in mind. So it will eventually come back, looking at the cost and looking at what people want in the limited time. I also feel that design should be considered the most, and how much safe you are within that design, because that's a very, very critical point which most of the people miss out on, is that most of the builders talk about that we have 3-layer security, we have CCTV, we have this, that, but I think your design should ensure safety first. How you allow human movements, entry, exit, inside the house, that is very, very important. That's what I take care in all my projects, because CCTV लगाने से crime खत्म नहीं होता है. अगर खत्म हो गया फिर भी what will you do after CCTV? You will look at the same crime again on the TV and get the same pain point again. It should be preventive. So the design should be preventive. So how you are giving access from basement to the apartment holders, how outsiders are controlled in the basement, all those small things, all the services can be serviced from outside. All these things are very, very essential when you are doing a design of a residential project. So I think if you can just sit, and I think most ladies are all 007, they can find out all these things. So if you can sit with that design for 2-3 days, just see that how the safety is inbuilt in the design, I think everyone should do that before buying. Taking location and budget is one of the things.
Just a pro tip as an architect, if you can imagine staying in that plan I think it's ideal. If you yourself feel that something I would not like this, I think I would be the first person to step in and be like, no, this needs correction.
So I agree with Vastu actually, because what she's saying is absolutely the right thing, because the layout is very important. The each and every inch of the space has to be well utilized, because whosoever is buying it, they are putting that hard-earned money, no matter what the size of the ticket size of the flat or the bungalow. But the layout has to be that amazing, so that people should think that their hard-earned is being utilized well, and they are staying in the dream home. Okay, so and what I would say is that the female, suppose Drashti herself is an architect, so she exactly knows what a female needs. I'm an interior designer as well, so whenever I have recently I have launched my scheme where I myself has sat with the architect, designed the whole layout, and I put everything before on the layout itself, so that nobody, the member who is going to buy, they don't have to even demolish any wall, or they don't have to construct any wall, because everything has been planned as per the Vastu Shastra and as per the interior keeping in mind that this is where the bed should be, this is where the TV unit should be, this is where the cupboard should be, this is how it is. So each and every inch is being utilized well, and there is a well spaced. So these are the things that needs to be considered. And being a female, yes, we can design much better. I'm not saying that the guys don't, they do. There are amazing things. We are
of space and utility and storage. You can understand that. But somewhere down the line, I would also like to tell people that limit your influence on Vastu also at a point, because people throw away a lot of good projects just because Vastu, but then every Vastu will have a different view on the Vastu of an apartment. It is very difficult.
But I thought it's making a comeback in the sense like now people want to have Vastu, certified.
So take the basic thing. Vastu is essentially nothing but science of light and energy, right? But then if you say that Vastu ke mutabik ye set nahi ho raha hai, wo set, to you have to understand. And
not all houses.
It's not possible only in apartment. So first of all, when you have an attached bathroom, you have anyway compromising Vastu, right? As per original Vastu norms. So, but that time the gutter line was not there. That's why the Vastu was designed in such a way that, you have a Vastu, the bathrooms and kitchen not attached to the house.
Sure.
Because originally there was no gutter line. Now we have that. So going and sticking to that, it is not possible. If you want 100% compliant Vastu house, then you have to have a 10,000 square yard of plot, and you have to do all these things, which is as per Vastu, where bathrooms and kitchens are also separate. Now, how is it possible? It's not possible. You have to be practical at a time. So, you have to limit somewhere down the line how much influence of Vastu is. So, basically, you need to check whether light is there, energy is there, entry, exit is there, master bedroom, basic. But if you start looking at each and every corner, it's going to be very, very difficult. And don't ask 2-3 people. Just ask one person and then don't get confused.
But you know what? Whenever you're buying a house and you go to that particular premises, okay, that particular under construction site, the vibration itself will tell you that how beautiful it will be and whether that house is going to be, going to give you peace or not.
But sometimes people trust the Vastu consultant more than their own vibes. That's the problem.
But because now there are other debate also, but we don't even go into that. But yes, you are right, absolutely. But at the same time, basic Vastu is needed, like the position of the bed, that it should not be in the wash. Exactly. Washrooms and the entry and exit of the building, such kind of things. Basic is, if it is fine, if it has been taken care of, then you're good to go.
Which most developers are nowadays doing it.
Because everybody wants to sell, right?
Obviously.
Do we have a choice?
Tell me, where are the rich people of the state or of the city are investing? For investment purpose or just,
So I'll just then everybody can see for the people to invest. One thing, of course, everybody, like Gujarati mentality is that everybody wants to have a first good house of their own. Right? So everybody's going to have, the rich people are going to have the best designed houses. Right. The outskirts, see, everybody's going to have the house in the main center at the same time, they will going to have the farmhouses as well. Yeah. So it's going to be the outskirts. So second thing is when it comes to, they purchase lots of land on the remote areas where they can take the appreciation down the line of 10 years, 15 years, because land always appreciate. Second thing is when it comes to stock market. because stock market is the thing that you really earn good, and the money multiplies faster in stock market. So if you keep
into real estate, like when it comes to real estate, what
I will tell you the areas. So first of
you're
all,
talking about the areas?
ISKCON Amli is where most of the people are shifting and feel that that's where our office and residence should be there. I just concluded a luxurious 4 and 5 bedroom apartment scheme there, and I have heard reasons, and you will laugh at the reasons. People have the big bungalows in Shahi Bagh and in Ambavadi, and they still want a address as ISKCON Amli because they say कि बच्चों की शादी अच्छी जगह पे होगी. So this is exactly I've heard, and I think there is nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. Even I used to joke around that everyone is shifting their first bungalow starting from Sidhu Bhavan to Billionaire Street, and rightly so, because all billionaires of Ahmedabad are staying in that. So I always joke around that Muhammadpura and Mohammadpura Gram Panchayat are the richest Gram Panchayat. So those are the areas where the cream of the crowd is shifting there, and they've also cordoned off that area as R3 zone. So which is a residential zone. The reason they want it as R3 zone is that they don't want actually the nuisance of the apartments and the movement of so many people. So that is one thing where right now people are staying or investing or looking at those areas. Also, if you look at traditionally the history of Ahmedabad, the growth of the city is always next to the clubs.
Okay.
So, sports club, you look at Gymkhana, you look at Rajpath, you look at Karnavati, all the development traditionally is happening over there. Now when all these 3 clubs are moving outward of Ahmedabad, and sports club is bringing another one, Rajpath is bringing, Karnavati club is bringing another one, the development of future will also be around that area.
Okay.
So if you look at SBR extension and one road, 45-meter road, which is going from Science City, Bhardach to those areas, will become prominent areas of development of future. When all the clubs will start operation in another 2, 3, 5 years, that area which includes Chekla, Godavi, Nashmid, Mulsana, all those areas will become very prominent for development. You could also see that if we believe that Olympic is going to come, and I think everyone is hoping, and all real estate developers are hoping for Olympic to come to Ahmedabad, because that will change city for good forever, then all these clubs will play a very prominent role, because all athletic competitions will be held there. All the clubs are designed as per international standards, so a lot of top athletes and the support staff and everyone will come, because each athlete brings a staff of about 75 to 100 people with them. So imagine the number of events, number of athletes and number of support staff that will come with each athlete is what we are talking, and Ahmedabad has to gear up for that.
I was going to ask on that is Ahmedabad's real estate ready to host something?
We are. And mainly the
we'll get to know it by 2028. I think it is a tall call on us.
Because anyway, it is going to happen in 2036. 2020.
No, but 28 is
29 is going to be
so 28. So we have to do. So all the developers have to gear up.
What I'm trying to say, So what I'm trying to say is that we have good enough 10 years to develop if you want to. We are on that track only, and at the same time the clubs, what she said it very right, that all the clubs are coming up with the amenities which are in the Olympic standards. I'm from Karnavati club, and I'm also into the developing committee of Karnavati club and the resort, and whatever we are doing, like the swimming pool, archery, then shooting range, everything is as per Olympic standard, what we require.
What are the things Ahmedabad needs to work on to host a successful Olympics, or to be ready for it? What are the top 3 things that we still need to work on when it comes to real estate?
See, pretty much we are on the track, but I think what government is doing the right thing. Couple of things what government is doing right is that they are creating infrastructure of connectivity of roads and all, and they also don't want to have a mistake of earlier couple of big events that we hosted in other cities. They don't want to have a fixed infrastructure which becomes a useless after a point. So government is doing a lot of satellite towns and satellite town planning, which is good. Sanand will become very prominent in that way going forward, and they're also ensuring good connectivity. So post-Olympic, those towns can be converted into a smaller towns where you have already school and other things, and such town, when integrated in the main town, will be lesser in terms of, managing infrastructure, because already they have school, they have hospital, they have roads, connectivity, the gutter line system is in place, basic infrastructure in place, and then it will get merged with the other towns, other cities, small cities. I think Sanand will play a very prominent role.
Very interesting insight.
I think we need hospitality, like more of hospitality if we are thinking of hosting such a huge scale of event where you are expecting a lot of people to actually come into our city.
Where's the place to stay?
Where's the place to stay actually? And then no one's gonna settle for less. So I think that luxury upper upscale segment hospitality, I think, is what is missing, and that too especially close to Sanand area.
Yeah. No, I agree, because during all IPL or World Cup matches, we saw the hotel prices touching 1 lakh plus. Now it is getting too much. It is too much. So you have to not only see how many athletes are coming or what are the events that are happening, you also have to see the other visitors. Rightly so.
Where they stay.
Where will they stay?
Adding to this also, what we require is the infrastructure where the players will go and practice, and that is where these sports units are sports. I think so. Universities coming up, then the sports complexes are coming up. All the clubs are now coming into that zone. So because of course, whenever you want to host, all the players will come practice, and they have to practice. So that is also government is taking very good interest into it, developing all those sports complexes for the practice. So she has covered the hospitality, infrastructure. She has covered the sports has been covered. So 3 top things you got it.
Here I want to share an incident where I was speaking to her a few years ago about women in real estate industry, and she shared a very small example but a very important one, that this flooring that was taking place, it is not okay because women's heels might get stuck in that floor.
I was talking about cobblers at the Marriott Hotel. I said the cobbler stone has this that you keep almost 5 mm to 6 mm gap between each stone. I said, and then it's also uneven on top. I said, you find it very difficult to manage that heels has to go from each cobblers to one cobbler is very difficult, and it goes down. And I don't want to ruin my expensive heels that it gets chipped off from the bottom. I said, that's very important. And we were discussing with one architect, and cobblers looks very classy. But I said it's impractical. So either you do cobblers which are like aligned exactly to each other with a flat or grainy surface, otherwise it becomes very difficult. And they did not realize. And then architect, after almost 1 month, he's a very senior architect, called me. After 1 month, he said, you are right. I had that discussion with my wife. That is it really important for you? And she said, yeah, I cannot walk on that. I have to hold your hand. So then he joked with me that, now I realize that it was not romantic, it was practicality.
So what are other such incidents, where women play a very important role when it comes to designing or when it comes to taking care of certain things in the real estate?
So I don't know. So I'm working on a residential project in Sheelage. So as basic thing as a fascia patti, the patti that we put on a kitchen platform, everyone gives it. But how logical is it? Because that's the place where actually all the stuff sort of gets stuck. And then you actually have to, scrape it off, put in more effort to actually clean it. Yeah. So small things when I went on the site and I'm like, no, in this project we are not supposed to do that, we are not giving it. And they're like, no, but we do it in all the projects. I'm like, no, I think we should not. It is much more easy to clean a surface like this rather having something bounding them. So small things like this also makes a very huge difference. I mean, which meant like wash yard, like when we were supposed, because it's an affordable project, it's very tight in space. So when they were giving a wash yard, they were not thinking logically about, how they would actually place a washing machine or how would it be functional. If it's a front load, they would not be able to open it, like, because you have a door right here. So we need to change the position of it in a way that they have that accessibility in a way.
True. So very important because ultimately the female, we have to run the house. So we exactly know what we require, and the storage is supposed to be enough because no much how much storage that we have, it's always less, right? So storage and the flooring, and it should be not slippery, and the proper, like the way she said that wash yard is supposed to be that we supposed to have like two different space for, one is for utensils and one is for cloths. Right now the same space is being used to even wash the clothes and wash the utensils, and that is really very dirty and not good for the hygiene purpose. So so those are the things that we need to keep in mind.
The plug points on the kitchen platforms at some
very random places.
Yeah, very random place, and I'm like, how are they supposed to operate a mixer while cooking if you do not give a point over here?
Even the storage rooms. The storage rooms are like supposed to be accessible to the kitchen, but some of the places they are not, So that is,
these are the aspects. Over the years, I've seen that women have made a lot of progress in the real estate industry, but we have a very long way to go also. Yes. What are the biases that you think that you still have to face?
Oh, I would like to say one thing in this. Sorry about that. But it's like, the brokers, I have earlier, not right now, but earlier when I was handling the purchase, I have been always handling the purchase and accounts and all, because my brother used to handle the civil part of it. So whenever the broker used to come, and if my papa is sitting besides me or my brother is sitting besides me, he would never look at me. They were talking to them only, because they think that female will not understand much about selling part of it or understanding all those things. So and even one recent incident that I faced, that he was not knowing that what kind of experience I have. So he came, and he was a random marketing guy. He came to me, and somebody was sitting besides me, and I introduced that he's my brother, like that. And he started talking to him. He thinks that I would not understand the technical part of it. So those are and the thing is that, again, like all the male dominated fields, it's like maybe in the civil or contracting or the architecture, like luckily we have her, but most of the time all these fields are being taken by the males. Very few females are there into this such kind of work.
No, it happens in all fields. Like people would talk to the photographer and not to me while I'm the one interviewing because they think I will not understand.
But I feel that over the time you overcome. I mean, when I started my project, it was earlier 1-2 years, then now people understand that I am there in real estate. Obviously, I don't have a legacy behind, so people also know that it's me only. So they have to start from me and ends with me only. Down the line, I also feel that it's all your talent and your hard work that speaks. It's gender then loses its importance.
Very true.
So if you people see that you are passionate, you understand, and see, even though men may get a head start, but if people are smart enough now, they know that when you don't know, even it's a man, then they are not going to talk to them also. So it's not like that. That's why business also, a lot of business you see a failure because people are not investing their own time or passion into it. So be it man or women, I think everyone, whosoever is there, they have to be very, very passionate, very, very dedicated. They have to absolutely be a full-time learner for your own business. Then I think gender doesn't matter.
True.
Along with gender, I have another bonus. I'm young, so I have been into such situations where I sort of walk into a meeting and then 2 minutes down the line, they're like, oh, is dad not joining us or your grandfather not joining us for the meeting? So it's still very difficult for them to actually accept the fact that we are the decision makers around the place. And it is, I would not say it's not happening. It is. A lot of people are progressive about it. But when it comes to land, they're still they're still rigid about those things.
No, but it has changed a lot. A lot means a lot. Now it is not like anymore.
Still, I see a very optimistic panel that things are fine.
And we make sure that it is fine.
Obviously.
People around us, I think they have very finely started accepting all of us, I think.
I think during Corona, sadly so, I met a lot of female in India in one of the panel, and a lot of people had to be a developer because they lost their husband or lost their father, and they have to take up the project halfway and learned it hard way during Corona time. And there were many incidences like that, and I heard their stories. And they are successfully managing it. So I think female also have a lot of power to overcome such situation. And there are many projects in India, and I happen to meet a lot of females who had to take up. They were forced to take up because there were loans outstanding, and they did fabulous job with it. The good part about this industry, which I think we should also mention, is that people are very helpful. I have never faced anyone where I've walked into their office asking for help. Once again, going back that I don't have anyone in my family in this business. So I walked into multiple offices, and I walked to her father's office, and they were willing to help. And they were like, we will help you, our legal department will help you understand this. So there also, those females also share the same story, that people have come and helped.
True.
So that's a good thing, right? Because otherwise you technically are competitors.
True.
But people have helped. So I think here in this industry, people will not take you as a competitor, they will take you as a collaborator.
Or support you in whatever.
Support you, or probably being in the same industry, they take you as your counterparts, but not as your competitors, which is a huge thing. And I think it's a huge takeaway and a good part about this industry.
True.
Because probably no product is also the same. Even though we have the same size, 5,000 square feet, even she would make, I would make, she would make, next to each other, there will always be some element of difference.
But do you think this happens because it is Gujarat, or do you think it has nothing to do with
nothing to do with the state? The lady's story that I was talking about, they are all from Maharashtra, whom I happened to meet, and they also said the same thing, that people, male counterparts, have come and helped them, that will help you sail through. And I think people have been amazing. Nothing to do with this panel, but we recently lost one of our board members, a very young guy, and his project. The other 10 developers decided that we will help sell this project. And we did a presentation in our property show about his project, and we told the brokers, channel partners, that help him save, because his kids are young. His wife is not active in the business. Her father is old. So please come forward and help his project. So who would do that? I don't see. He was one of a very important board member. He was in the board for the longest time in Tadai, and other people came forward. And I think that's a sign of a huge solidarity of the industry. And whatever people talk about, I think that talks about brotherhood, that talks about, in real sense, helping your friend.
Up next, I want to talk about millennials and Gen Z, because so how do you think the millennials or Gen Z are influencing the marketing or the design or any way the real estate industry is operating or promoting itself? Or you think it's too early to?
No, they do, because right now, whenever we think about creating amenities, right, we do have to think about from the point of millennium and Gen Z, because what they require is like a co-working space. Then they required cafeteria, they required gym. Gym is like, gym to everybody give though, but then gym is becoming inevitable. Primary now. The sports, the court, like I'm going to say, table badminton, table tennis, poker table, like that, because this is what they think and they need, right, for the entertainment. So yes, and right now all of them are on social medias. They come to know about the projects through social medias only. So like we have to have the virtual walkthrough, and then the influencers. Right now the influencers are in everywhere. It's like, people are hiring influencers for promoting their projects, because that is where the capturing market is there. So yes, they do. But when it comes to digital marketing and designing the amenities and all, we have to keep those things in mind.
Vrishti can add more.
So I believe in terms of when we're talking about marketing, like I work with a lot of Gen Z people when I'm like talking about social media marketing, right? So when I see everyone has like sort of always said that, oh, Gen Zs are gonna be like not working, whereas they are so motivated to work. Actually, like they are very like, they may be aesthetic, but they know that what the base function or the value they want to like hold at the end of the day, and sort of, so they are not like bound to a clock. I have seen a lot of people sending me at 1 a.m. at the night, they will be sending me stuff that, oh, we should do this. I think this is trending, we should do this. I don't see anyone who's like typically in their 30s or 40s doing that for me. Yeah, they are stepping out of their way to actually know that okay, this is what needs to be done, and they actually do it. And when it comes to like designing part or the selling part, I think those people are solid clear about what they need.
What is true?
Very clear about what they need. And also more than that, more than just the aesthetics, I think in that segment they want to focus on the functionality more, where they know that this is what my uses are and this is what I will need at the end of the day. And such, as she mentioned, they always want those small chill out spots at different intervals to actually, you know, unwind after a long day or something.
So I also feel that they are more into artificial intelligence and a lot of things what they use, a lot of softwares. We also learned it in our Ahmedabad course, but they also use a lot of these things and the work gets really fast when they do it. So sometimes, you know, we have also run a couple of images that how will this building look? Okay, how will this building look with this kind of an aesthetic, with that kind of a sofa, or with that kind of theme? So I think a lot of things get clear and they actually absolutely know what kind of products they want to use. And things get much faster. Rather than going in a traditional way, which they have hang off it. So I think if you have a team which is mixed bag, so one is marketing, one is your customers, but one is also working or having those team to give your efficiency boost. It's also very, very important. As an owner, I think we should have a mixed bag. I'm lucky I have a partner who is
Which city, according to you, you know, has a good real estate market but is still underrated? Like, let's keep Ahmedabad out of this question, but, you know.
I would say Anand.
Okay.
Because Anand is close to Ahmedabad and the roads are good, connectivity is good. So if we have more connectivity or more infrastructure going to Anand, then I think Anand will also be looked at for development. See, statistically, 60% of Gujarat's commercial real estate market is in Ahmedabad. 60%. More or less same for residential also. Because in other cities, you look at Baroda, Surat, Rajkot, there is development, but only in pockets. So if you compare project size wise, here average project size would be about 2.5 lakh square feet constructed average. Whereas in Surat or Rajkot, project sizes are big, but it's only in one area. So their realization is also very high. Rajkot and Surat fetches more price than Ahmedabad real estate. But each project on an average would be about more than 5 lakh square feet at one go in Rajkot or in Surat. But once again, 60% market is still controlled and held in Ahmedabad. So one side it's Ahmedabad and in one side entire Gujarat. So it's for a Gujarat, it's a big, Gujarat, it's a big size.
Means it's also a lot of potential.
It's a lot of potential for the entire Gujarat to grow. But I personally feel Anand it's very connected, very close by, and good access from Ahmedabad. So if someone is looking for even a farmhouses, then we can think about schemes over there also.
You'd want to add anything?
I would say Rajkot actually, like she mentioned, that Rajkot always has been something that develops in pockets, but then now the new urban planning that they are sort of looking into is going to give Rajkot a lot of opportunity to actually grow, and then Rajkot actually has an appetite for luxury. So, so
people
they
want to
would
spend.
actually, definitely.
Large size apartments, good price realization.
True. During the discussion, we briefly compared Ahmedabad with Surat or say with Rajkot. But are there any other points that you would want to discuss on how Ahmedabad is different from, you know, Surat or say Vadodara or say Rajkot when it comes to the real estate industry?
I believe Ahmedabad is sort of like the elder sister above all. So it is because in terms of like it is more structured. It has always been like a destination for all the, you know, workplaces and a lot of things. Any brand that sort of initially comes to Ahmedabad and then it goes to the processing cities. So I think in that way we are blessed that.
But I also feel Ahmedabad is also slowly becoming education hub. I mean, we have IIM Ahmedabad, or we had SEPT earlier, but now we also have Narsee Monjee coming up. Then even local colleges, Ahmedabad University is fabulously shaping up. a lot of other universities, I stay very close to LJ University, and the kind of development that I see in that area in terms of university, in terms of student housing or demand for student housing will be tremendous in that area. So I think just because you are slowly evolving, Ganesh Housing recently declared that they are coming out with real estate university in Godavari. So once again, giving another prime university in the city would be, so Ahmedabad will evolve as an education hub. We have seen that people from other parts of Gujarat coming and staying here, and most of the time if the kids are from a little decent family, then the parents end up buying one apartment here for them because of not so good quality dormitories or student housing here. So in that situation, that will increase, that segment will increase is what my feeling is.
It's true. And at the same time, what she rightly said about the education as well as the hospitals. Because the hospitals, medical, it's amazing here in Ahmedabad. Like wherever you go to any hospitals, the people are coming all the way from Gujarat, like from Surat or from Rajkot or Jamnagar, or even from the Rajasthan.
Yes.
Whenever they want to treat it for some specific disease, they have to come to Ahmedabad. So yes, education, infrastructure, hospitals, everything what we required is then all the good food, amazing restaurants, and
even entertainment, because Lulu Mall is coming to Ahmedabad now.
And even being in Ahmedabad, you get also Rajkot food, you get Surat food, you get so all the delicacies of different parts of Gujarat state, like the towns, you get everything in Ahmedabad. So you can enjoy all the delicacies by being in Ahmedabad. So yeah.
Few of the last questions. What are the forecasts do you have for Gujarat's real estate? I mean, are there any trends that you see that might become a reality in future? Something that you've noticed?
I think Gujarat is rightly so gearing up for Olympics. So even though Olympic will come to Ahmedabad, but everyone has to be prepared because it's a huge event. It's a huge event, and I think Gujarat, India per se has never held something of like this scale, and there includes India also because no one has held so much hosting such a large event. What will happen after this is that Ahmedabad will be on the global map. Because then it will be remembered as Olympic in Ahmedabad. So, it will not be Gujarat, it will not be in India, because we always remember Olympic in London or Olympic in, the cities that they hold. So it's not the country then. So Ahmedabad has to now gear up to have the global significance, and we all are working for it. But somewhere down the line, I think what my urge is that if we want to really capitalize on this, government should actually form a body of government officials who will be working on this project, where there has to be young government officials working on this project because they have to work for a longer time. Prominent citizens of the various cities, prominent citizen from India also should be on there, and some key officials from Delhi should also be part of it, and they should actually make that team and work towards common goal about development. So I think that will put everything in one go, so vision is shared at multiple levels, and because it not only developers but a lot of industry also has to come forward. So infrastructure industry has to come forward, hospitality industry has to come forward, the hospital industry, which is a service industry, also has to come forward. So a lot of industry has to come together and work. So it is not only the real estate, right? So a lot of industry has to come forward, and citizen body has to be involved in this also. So I think this, if happens, then what growth we see to take India to the global map, because if we become the third largest economy, we have to behave like in that way. So like third largest economy, and I think that vision should percolate to the most common citizen of India,
so that they can help in preparing.
Whatever she said, I would like to add one more thing here, that there are a lot to do in Gujarat when it comes to real estate. Because the thing is, because I stay half of my life in Bombay, I see Bombay, I go to Delhi a lot, so I've seen the infrastructure of Delhi, and what we see here in Ahmedabad, it's really lacking a lot. So here somewhere the Gujarati mentality needs to be changed. Because this is, that is what I'm saying. Like, if you want to have a good you need to pay for it. Here it's like everybody is price conservative. They want to have a good, but they don't want to pay for it. They start comparing, they start negotiating. They want at the base affordable price. But if you're looking at the good luxury, good project, you have to pay for it because nothing comes free, right? Like if we are going to give, we can give quota also and we can give the marble also. Now you can't compare Italian marble with the quota stone, right? Because one is like 30 rupees square feet, another can go up to 10,000 square feet as well. So my point is that there are a lot to do it in terms of designing part of it, in terms of changing the mentality of people that yes, have something good and be ready to pay for it.
Oh, that's very different.
That is what I would say that needs to be somewhere. We need to educate people for it.
I think can't take out negotiation from a Gujarati.
It's fine. Negotiation is fine. They do. They have a right to do it. But the thing is, you have to understand also that what developer is offering, what you are paying for. You have to understand that part. You can't compare with people are comparing apple to oranges. No, you can't. You have to compare apple to apple and oranges to oranges. You can't compare.
No, but I think I see a change. I see a change in that. Earlier there were issues of maintenance and other things. Now people do pay maintenance on time. People value that if the building is well maintained, then it will fetch a good price. So that's my take.
Yeah,
probably I'm living
right.
in a very luxurious segment.
It's like the thing is that even people negotiate. They say, ये लोग तो मेंटेनेंस इतना देते हैं, आप क्यों इतना लेते हो? Now people see when they want to sell it, they charge any kind of maintenance and they put it like that. But if you really want to where you are staying and you really want to have a good hygiene and good decorum throughout the life, you have to pay for it, right? And it's like, so that's what I'm saying.
But somewhere down the line, we also, as developers earlier failed in terms of, what we promised in maintenance, we could not deliver. So people have that old mentality, but now when people have promised, there are builders who maintain the building forever and people pay almost double than the market prices to those developers because they have delivered and what they promised. So I think somewhere down the line, the responsibility lies
on builders,
on us,
true.
that what we promise we will deliver. I would say 97% builders are good, whatever they promise, and that is not my statistics. It's Gujarati statistics, which says that Ahmedabad developers have very less default rate. So, I mean, on their record is 100%, but 100% is a very tall call to say in the podcast. But here I would say that most of the developers have been very consistent in delivering what they promised, in maintaining what they promised. They've given proper accounting, even if they're handing it over to the society, they've done it. True. And people are appreciating it, and that's why people are now ready to pay also for the maintenance.
I'll repeat the question for you. What are the forecasts that you have for Ahmedabad's or Gujarat's real estate?
I think we'll see more of tall buildings now because everyone's because
we don't have space for other buildings.
That too. And earlier, when I'm talking about Ahmedabad or Gujarat, I think it was so difficult to actually sell someone an apartment on the 7th floor.
Okay.
Initially, but over the few years,
now
we have
actually
now people have started to understand. Mumbai, Delhi always had this mentality. They knew that higher is better. But with Ahmedabad people, they were sort of still conservative about this idea. But now they have started accepting it and it's going good. And I think as the developers, I think we are all focused on building a skyline for Ahmedabad now. So I think you will see a lot of tall buildings and as she mentioned, mixed-use building coming into play now.
But there we require a lot of government support. If we are doing tall buildings or iconic buildings, we need a lot of government support.
But RERA has done a good job actually. Because of the RERA, everything has been streamlined. It's really doing good.
Okay, last question. Real estate industry is the industry where it comes under a scanner a lot of income tax department, of ED. What do you think are the reasons? Obviously, a lot of dealings in cash is one of the primary reasons that I see.
You know the reasons.
No, but do you think that the situation are improving and what you all as stakeholders are doing to improve the situation?
No one will answer.
No comment.
I was about to say that.
Everything is fine and good in the real estate industry.
It is good. It is good. As I said, it's a grey area. So, nobody will answer.
Okay. Okay, I think then with this, I would like to end.
And you have to take out this question.
Thank you so much.
No, again, say
Yeah.
that.
No, but thank you so much for joining us today and for your time. Yeah, for
Thank
more
you so much for having us here.
For more such conversations, keep watching Women's Social Corner. Thank you.